Hi, welcome to the Required Podcast episode. It's 18. I remember that.
Yes.
Yes. I think, you know what? I didn't even do audio tests. I'm just going to let it go. We'll wing it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's magical. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm Brandon.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Ethan.
Nathan's very loud.
Oops, sorry.
No.
Should have done that sound test.
Yeah.
Doing it right now. That's great. There we go.
Should
No,
have done that
we should be
sound
good.
test.
You're a sound test.
Your face is a sound test.
Oh,
Damn,
shit.
fucking.
It only goes
Spanked.
loud, though. That's the problem.
Oh, it was so weird. So today I was like, we had a lot to do. And I was like, man, I need something to talk about on the podcast tomorrow. And I was like, wait a second. Podcast is today.
Oh, shit.
I didn't even think about it.
Make something happen now.
Well, it's funny because
Make it up.
I was going at like a casual pace, and I was like, I feel like I should be hurrying for something. And I was like, oh, right. And like throughout the day, I did it multiple times. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna, go home, eat, and relax. Oh, fuck the podcast. God damn.
Well, here's the thing is, I thought we were recording at 7, not at 6. So when you were like, yeah, I'm good to go live at 6, I was like, I had stuff to after work. Okay, I'll be there
Oh
at
no,
6.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, you
All right,
could have.
it'll just be me and Cody.
I wasn't
Go-
gonna
go-
say anything.
Go do what you're doing.
We didn't
Cody and I
care.
will
I just asked what time
Oh,
we were. That's all it
We'll
was.
just pause and come back in
Yeah.
45 minutes or whatever.
You can. Cody and I will just chat.
No,
Bye.
we're not gonna do that.
Hey Cody, how's your day
No,
going,
are you
man?
kicking
Hey,
me out?
everyone.
You son of a bitch.
Just drag her to the other channel.
No.
I'm gonna make a timeout channel.
Yeah. Can't leave it. That'd be rough.
We're gonna name it the Gelf Corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
Guess who just logged in?
That son of a bitch.
You want me to pull him in?
You do whatever you please.
It's so
Alright,
weird
well, we'll
because he's
see.
not on the list in the Discord server.
At least not in the channel you're in.
Yeah, so it blows my mind.
I'm actually psychic. Didn't you know that? Come on.
Well, no. That I thought he joined the last time,
Oh.
and then his name isn't in there, so it threw me off. I was like, well,
Oh, it
No.
depends on what channel you're looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Yeah, if
Because
you
some of
look
the
in-
channels access are restricted.
Aha.
Hey.
I learned.
He's a wither.
Hey, he's on.
Yeah,
He's on
he said he's not home yet. He just finished a 12-hour or a 10-hour shift, so
Those are
Yeah.
I
fun.
assume that maybe he's not gonna jump in.
It's all good. We'll just continue on.
Yeah, it's a
So Cody and I have been doing something cool.
not fun.
Oh yeah, what's that?
It's
Minecraft.
yeah,
Oh my God.
I know. No, so it's not like, okay, so here's the thing. So
Here's the thing. It's cool Minecraft.
I gotta explain what's going on here because people hear Minecraft and they go, oh, another fucking channel.
Not
doing
anymore.
Minecraft.
It's went to such a wide variety of people now. The
Yeah,
second
it's-
time around.
It's pretty
insane.
cool. Well, yeah, because there's a lot more mods this time around.
And they're good. They're pretty
yeah.
good.
But yeah, I just threw this name together. I'm sure somebody else has it, but it's called Minecraft Misadventures, and it's not necessarily a playthrough, although episode 2 and 3 kind of are. It's less of us talking to the audience and more of we just hit record and play.
Dicking around.
And I gotta say, there's some, like, it just sounds stupid because I'm just stroking my own dick at this point, but no, like, when I play back a lot of those clips and shit and, put a whole video together, I don't realize how stupid we are until we, like, it's legitimate, genuine, like, that's just us being us. Like,
Yeah, you don't even know. Yeah.
yeah, and that's one thing I really love about it is I've always tried to avoid the influencer kind of style where it's like, hey guys, let's play some Minecraft episode number blah blah blah. Oh, let's go explore this blah blah. Like, no, it's just us like hey, let's go fucking around, and and there's like a lot of times where it's dead silent, and then all of a sudden we'll get a little clip where I decide to fuck with Cody, or Cody decides to fuck with me, because that's just how it is.
Yeah. There's a lot of silence.
Yeah, well, it's and that's why
That's
I
why
love
you
about
play background
funny.
noise or something, you know?
well,
Yeah, usually have a podcast.
not saying that there's a lot of dead noise in the videos, but it's
no, not in the videos. Yeah.
what I mean is
in just sitting there waiting for an hour, and then something happens. It's just
yeah, but it's great
Scroll
because
through all that.
it's spontaneous, and like
Yeah, I know it's just funny.
that's what
Because
I was
then if you
saying.
were to look at the natural video, it's like
Yeah.
2 hours of nothing and sporadic moments. It's just like, oh, there's 20 minutes they didn't even say one word to each other.
Yeah, no, it really is. That's one thing I love when I was editing is like I was telling Cody, the ways that I was finding clips was I would see the audio blip really hard, and either that was Cody screaming or us interacting with each other.
Nice.
from the
That's
creeper.
a good.
And it's usually Cody screaming. So.
Yeah, I get scared a lot.
But no, it's that's what I was talking about when I popped into your stream the other day. You're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I'm just editing, and yeah, the entire process is basically me sifting through hours of footage just to make like a 10-minute video, which is totally fine with me. I don't. I think it turns out great, but yeah, that's what we've been doing lately.
I know Rectify is actually putting together a video on how to kind of help with that. The big thing
it doesn't take me very long.
Well, no, I'm talking about if something fun happens, you just hit a button and it auto records like the last 15-20 minutes or whatever.
I don't like that. I'm very, very particular on where I want to cut and release. And like,
well, what I mean is you just record the chunk and then
rather than all the hours, it's just like 20 minute chunks to look through.
Yeah. But the thing is I also like the lead up to it. I like to show how we got to that point at times, and I've also tried that before, and I always forget to hit the button because
that's what I was about to say.
It's just I mean, we're fucking panicking, and then
and then it's just like something happens and you don't even think about it. You just think of recording. You don't think of like, gotta hit that button.
And sometimes those sporadic events last longer than the recording thing can handle, or at some point,
like
I don't know.
Blaze one.
Some of them that
lasted a while.
That was nuts. That's gonna be fun.
Long
to put
battle.
In there. A lot of stuff started happening towards the end of our night last night.
Yeah,
that was so good.
Lost some things. Wasn't fun.
But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. I've been learning a lot how to edit again, and I mean it's real basic editing, but I like it because it's nice and clean, and there's not over the top like wording and just I mean like everyone on YouTube is over the top. I mean, what's one more channel? I like the clean aspect of it.
Present yourself how you want to present yourself. If you have fun being crazy, go nuts.
I'm not
fun being crazy,
trashing anybody. Yeah. I just feel like we're only 3 episodes in. The first episode was like a test run, but then the second and third, like I've really tried to capture what we were doing. I said on Twitter, I don't know if anybody caught it, but I think Cody did. But I like to see it as like when you record video and take pictures on vacation and then you show other people. That's kind of how it is, where it's like, hey, this is us just doing our thing, and that's it. And it's just like, we're screaming and shit, and it's just us playing a game, like it cracks me up
like
because
there's not very much forced anything.
There's nothing is forced. There's
like basically nothing's forced, and it's like
that's what
when we tried before, it was kind of like
it was forced, and we weren't enjoying it.
Yeah, it makes more sense this way.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
for us at least. It's
just fucking around. Yeah, you find your muse.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I was thinking about going back and editing getting some GILF clips again and seeing, I can play my hand at editing again.
Yay! Do it.
Do it.
You won't.
Dude, what? You won't, stupid bitch.
That's so mean. You're cruel to yourself.
See, she says it's mean, but Cody thinks that's
I say the same thing to him. It's fine.
God damn it. Yeah, one thing
Yeah,
I
I
noticed.
literally say those two words a lot.
Stupid bitch.
That's hilarious. What was it? Pam? Pam's the one I have a problem with right now.
Yep, it's a rough
Oh,
one.
Pam.
If nobody watched any of the Minecraft right now, it's just nod. Yes.
Yep, nodding. Yep,
Yes.
nodding.
Yes. It's yeah, but yep, that's what I've been doing lately. Just editing, trying to keep everything in order. Working, you know.
Playing the forest later tonight, and apparently
The spooky
as
one?
is gonna be
Yeah.
the
Well, kind
survival horror.
of, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
spooky to me, okay?
Yeah,
Dude, it
it's
looks freaky
spooky.
when you get in them caves.
Dude, those
But
like naked
apparently
people
he's
running
gonna
around.
be
Yeah, fucking. Sorry.
wait, naked people. Ew.
Well, they're like tribal. I'm pretty sure they're naked. They're tribal people.
I don't
know,
think
I've
they're
never played it before.
completely naked. They're fucked up. They
Hey.
like
Maybe putting it on Twitch or on YouTube.
made of body parts and stuff.
Yes, humans are made of body parts, Cody. Correct.
No, but
Surprise!
it's not like
I know. Oh, they're
like
cannibals.
a couple yeah. Oh, they're cannibals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't there like some messed up stuff where they like look like monsters or something like that?
I haven't.
Like mutants or something.
I haven't. Oh, yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of, yeah.
Yeah, like
And they
deep
like
in the
have
caves and shit.
different. Yeah.
That game's spooky.
I've
no
never,
thanks.
I've never played. I've just seen.
I've never
other
played it
people
either.
play it.
I refuse.
I've never
I
played.
love survival games, and that is one I won't play.
That's when I will only play with somebody else.
Yeah. That would be the only chance. Yeah.
I saw Tiffany play it for a little bit with her buddies, and
Yeah.
it's spooky. It's very
Yeah.
very spooky. That you know what? That would be a good game for us, just to fucking
It would be
record
funny.
it because I
hear a
can't.
lot of screams.
I
I
can't
scream.
fucking-
I scream at Minecraft. You know?
I can't handle myself in horror games. I can only
No,
play them
you
with somebody
freeze
else.
up, bro.
I panic, and I
That's
can't.
so funny.
I can't handle it. When I'm in
It'll be
control, that's the issue. I
You can
watch-
like make stuff out of their body parts and stuff.
Oh,
Ew.
great. That sounds
Yeah.
wonderful.
I'm
Yeah.
down. I
Hello.
guess.
I
Daddy.
haven't seen anyone play in like shoot a year, but it's from what I saw back then. You can make like posts that it's supposed to scare them off or something.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
you put their heads on the
because you
pikes.
killed them. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we're spoiling the game for you. That's all I've seen.
I don't even know if it's still in the game.
Probably. That would make sense.
Well, I think I don't know if it was last year. I would say recent compared to how long the game's been out, but I think it just went not just, but went to full release or something, right?
I assume.
I would assume it was an alpha for a long or a beta for a long time.
Which one is this?
Oh, it released April 30th of last
Oh.
year, a full release.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty sure that's correct. Yeah,
That
it
makes
was
sense.
in-
It was in that
It was in early access for
early
a
access.
long time.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah,
every other game. Fucking Steam.
yeah. Especially when it starts with Steam.
Yeah.
Which game is this again?
The Forest.
The
Forest. Oh, okay. I thought we had changed topics, and I was like, huh?
Lost.
Oh, okay.
What game?
Speak and be heard. I don't know.
That's basically Lost the game. You're right.
Yeah. Except Lost was apparently way more narratively complex.
Yeah.
I never watched
I
the
don't
show
think
really.
the Forest
narratively
is that.
fucked.
Yeah. I've never watched it either,
Hey,
but
you make your own
I've heard.
story, okay? The imagination is without limit. All right.
I buy
You guys clearly don't
well.
have any imagination, so it's fine. You guys wouldn't understand.
Mm, okay.
La di da.
I say that knowing damn well that Gelf probably has the biggest imagination out of all
Yeah.
of
Not right now.
us.
It's all worn out.
Mm. Especially after the day I had at work today. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ugh.
sorry. I'm like eating mid podcast.
How dare you?
I'm so fucking hungry. Hey, Cody, guess what I'm eating?
Taquitos.
It's my podcast food, man. Every time.
Yeah, I know.
So what's
Man, now I'm hungry.
what's
Yeah, I
what's,
know. Not fair.
what's your full verdict on Baba Is You, Gelf?
I feel like that game doesn't get enough credit for what it is, but it also needs to know when to fucking stop. Like I've tried jumping back in just off stream, and I look at the complexity of everything that's on the screen. I just go, I have no idea what's going on. I have no clue. I don't know what this is. I don't remember any of the rules. I don't remember any of the mechanics. Just fucking put me out of my misery. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean it's amazing, it's complex, it's really well made, it's incredibly inventive, but I also have no idea if I'm done or not because I just I don't know. I don't know if I'm done. I don't know if I've completed anything. I don't know. I've just found the way out and I'm skipping something. So I have to overthink everything. And I have to
Nice.
find like what corner does this go into? What corner and how do I do this? And does this matter? And no. Half the time no.
Yeah. So give you some context, Cody. This the game is Baba Is You, and it's a puzzle game where
Yeah.
you basically just push around a bunch of words and solve puzzles, and it starts very simple, and this game gets so complex by the end of
Mhm.
it that, and the thing is like it's a really cool game. There are 200, we say 219 levels or 212 or
212 or
something,
221, something like that.
something like that. And like I watched Gelf play this fucking game for days on end, and was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I think we're almost done. Oh, there's like 30 more levels. Oh, I think we're almost done. Oh, there's 30 more levels."
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Because
And then
there's the main map, and that map turns into a level itself, and then you get into the question mark, question mark, question mark, and that's a secret map of levels that also becomes its own level, and then you get into the depths, which in and of itself is a very obvious level as well as maps. So you've got hidden levels and you've got regular levels, and then that sends you to the meta realm map, whatever, which is does not even try to hide the fact that it's a map anymore, and that too is a level within a level and secret levels and full-blown levels,
God,
and it's just like motherfucker, just
it never
stop.
ends.
But here's the thing: is when I first played it and I saw the levels and whatnot that were available in the main map, um, I thought, okay, well, this is $15 for these amount of levels. I mean, I guess. And then I opened the first meta love, the first like extra map or whatever, and I was like, oh shit, okay, well, yeah, all right, so this is worth it. Then I got to the next one, and I was like, okay, this is a little bit silly. And then I got to the next one. I said, okay, you can stop now. I have paid my dues. Let me go home.
it's just
And the
weird to
thing
see.
is you can lock yourself out too. Like you can get yourself into a place where you have to get really fucking creative and you have to remember how the game works in order to get your token back and stuff like that. It's crazy.
It's very rare to see a game so good and so packed with content that you actually get upset about it. You're just like, okay, I've genuinely had enough. Like you can stop now.
It
like
looks cool. I just added it to my cart now. I want to play it.
it's fun. See, with me,
It seems like, yeah.
it I played and Gelf will know. I played up until the point where you start dicking around with robots and movement,
Yep.
and I was like,
Mhm.
all right, it's gotten to a point where I have to start using a ton of brain power, which is totally cool in a game, and it's a puzzle game. That's the point.
Yeah.
It just,
But it's like,
yeah.
okay, I don't. Okay, and I get to a point where I'm like, I could be doing something else for a couple hours. This game is really fun, but I don't have the time for this right now. I can, get home from work and sit on Baba Is You for one level an entire night. Yeah, I'm probably good. But again, it's fun. It's very interesting, and that's why I was basically living it through your streams. And once I saw the end game, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm good. There's probably about
Yeah.
30 different words on the screen, all doing different things, and I'm like, I don't know where to fucking start.
And honestly, what kind of surprised me quite a bit is I actually I think I've used a guide for one level. Out of everything that I've done, I only had to guide one level. Now, that's not me like tooting my own horn and saying, hey, I know what I'm doing. But these levels, if you spend enough time just thinking about them, you will figure out what they're supposed to do. Because there's a method of how each level is built. There's there's logic behind it. It's not just random, it's not just totally confusing. If you pay close enough attention, no matter how long it takes you to think through it, you will figure it out. You know, as long as you're being methodical and as long as you remember, there are only a couple of areas where you actually have to remember what the order of operation is. You know, like if I push this onto this, what happens first? Oh, okay. You know, oh, yeah, this happens. Okay, cool. That's really the only times you run into something where you have to like step outside of the pieces that you're pushing together. And it's a fun game and it's not incredibly difficult. I can just see a lot of people blowing through it, missing the hints, not even thinking, you know, past what's just being presented to them, and then missing 2/3, 3/4 of the game, you know?
Yeah, I noticed with me, my train just left the station and fell off a cliff.
Mm-mm. It left the train without it left the station without you?
No, I'm on the train and we are heading down a track that has no rails. What the fuck was I gonna say? Why does this always happen? I'm like, all right, it's my turn, and
Just shake
I
your
lost
head,
it.
shake your head really, really fast, etch a sketch it, reset,
I don't have
and
sand in
try
my
again.
head. It's rude.
Well, we don't know what you have in there now.
Bunch of hot air.
Bunch of hot air.
Oh yeah. So when I played
Quick,
that
say
game,
something to fuck him up.
He shook his head for sure, I bet.
I did. Real lightly. I don't want the mic to go. No, when I play that game, it's I start to overthink everything, and then I'll sit on a level for like an hour, almost 2 hours, and then I'll go to bed, and then I'll wake up, and I'll go, I know exactly how to fucking do that puzzle now. Like, but I don't want to do that for every puzzle because that's gonna take too long. But yeah. Yeah, there's some puzzles where I watch Gelf and I'm just like, how the fuck did you figure that out? Like,
There's at some point there's just like the intuitive jump that you have to make, and I don't know how to translate what is in my brain into why I'm doing this, so just trust me. You know?
right. That's, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I can do. When I'm watching a stream, I just like, yeah, Gelf knows what she's doing. It's fine. I'm here. I'm safe. I'm safe.
She's pro. We got this.
I can't get us. Sorry.
And then all of a sudden I hit that one fucking thing where I couldn't figure out how to stack all of this shit together onto one square, and I was like, I need a guide. I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just gonna go get a fucking guide.
So she
And
cheated,
I did.
and her entire run is invalid.
That's not cheating. That's going for a guide and help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help.
I bet she uses steroids too.
I am actually on steroids for my allergies right now. Go
wow,
fuck yourself, Brandon.
Wow.
My allergies are so out of control that they have to put me on a steroid run.
I fucking knew it. Pro gamer my ass.
With fucking gaming. What?
Our abilities have been enhanced.
Exposed. Send it around the internet.
Yes.
You heard it here, folks.
Let me roid rage out on a single player narrative based first person game.
Oh, I'm gonna beat everyone.
I'm gonna beat you all. Single player. Yeah.
She's probably on the speedrun leaderboards.
I actually did have a thing last night. So last night I was actually kind of a little bit cranky. Excuse me. I was a little bit cranky at the beginning of the stream. I just like a lot of things that were going wrong, and I'm playing Prey, by the way, in case you didn't know, the game by Arcane Studios and Bethesda.
Oh, this all makes
sense.
sense.
I haven't played that one yet.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen anyone play it yet.
So I'm not gonna like spoil the story or anything, but there are certain mechanics in the game that just bother me, and I've
Yeah.
moved some of the keybinds to make it a little bit more standard to what I'm used to. But even now, after playing it for like 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, I still fuck up, and instead of hitting my normal key, I still hit the modified key, the unnatural one, and it fucks me up. Like I've killed myself a couple of times because I keep trying to raise my weapon to aim down sights, and instead I throw off a fucking explosion and I kill myself. And it's like, God damn it. All right, whatever. Son of a bitch. But I was getting really cranky because I kept getting thrown into these situations where I was like, I was not mentally ready. I just wanted to explore and I wanted to look around and no fucking boss battle. And I was like, God damn it. And I wouldn't have enough ammo and it just sucked. Anyway, I was salty enough that I got back to like my sanctuary, quote unquote. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is on like a second or third floor. And there was an enemy floating around outside my window. So I grabbed my wrench, I shattered the window, I jumped out there, and I blew it a fucking way because I was in such a bad mood. Even an enemy outside my window was not safe for me. And it made me feel so much better. I really recommend that you guys blow a bad guy away out of your third floor window.
I would love to
He's just
blow a
floating
bad
out
guy.
there.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm sorry.
Away.
I'll blow
Oh,
you
Add that
fucking
out there for you.
away.
Oh,
Or
yikes.
whatever. Hey, you
Or
do you,
not, yeah.
You rock and roll however you damn well please. But and then I started getting into the flow of it, and people started talking in chat, and then all of a sudden, by the end of the stream, I'm having so much goddamn fun, and I'm loving it. So I played a little bit extra, and then all of a sudden there was this moment where it's like, okay, this is going to be a big thing. I'd better shut it down because I don't want to ruin this for anybody. But I want to keep playing, but I can't play long enough to warrant continuing now. And I'm like, fuck, I just want to play. So be picking it back up on Tuesday, and I have to wait.
Ugh.
Drives me nuts. But it's a good game, but there are some issues with it. The
Yeah, it
audio.
looks kind of cool.
Well, the audio is the big issue. Apparently, if you have more than one active output, or if you have more than one active output, or are using anything more that has more points, I guess, than stereo, like if you use 2.1 or better, the audio fucks up. Like it sounds like it's going off at 100% volume in your ear all the
Jesus.
time. Yeah. And I don't know if I fixed it or not, but I got to a point in the game where now I'm getting directionality, but it's still really loud. So I'll be in a maintenance tunnel, right? And I'll be freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, this connects to that, and that connects to that. And I had no idea that was there. And oh my God, all of my visions of safety are shattered. And I'll hear something. Did we create it in the lab? The image in the mirror. Blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, that's a phantom. All right. So I'm like crouching down. I've got my shotgun out. And I'm like, okay, come on, bitch. And I realize that it's a floor away.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a floor above or a floor below me, like 3 rooms, 3 walls away, and I have nothing to fear, but it sounds
Yeah.
like it's right up my ass,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know? And
There was,
it sucks.
there was a game that was like that, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was a spooky game of some sort that Tiffany and I were playing one time, and like every time something triggered, it sounded like it was it was inside of your ear, and I was like, and you turn around and the thing would be like, like 100 yards away from you. It's like, wow, what the fuck? I can't handle spooky games. I'm good. Oh,
I like spooky games a lot, but I don't know, there are some kinds of games that are scary just to be scary, you know?
Yeah.
There's no story to it. It's just, hey, walk over here, get a jump scare. Hey, walk over there, get a jump scare. And those I'm just not into. Something like Layers of Fear. That's cool.
I tried that.
That's
Tiffany and I
story
tried
and
that.
that's creepy.
Fuck that, dude.
Dude, did you get to the
No, no, no,
you didn't get to the nursery?
no.
Okay,
I
watch
didn't make
somebody
it.
else play it.
I've seen the entire. I've watched the entire playthrough. I've tried playing it myself, and I made it like 5 minutes. Same with Outlast. Tiffany tried to get me to play Resident Evil. I said no. I've seen all the playthroughs of all these games, but
Yeah.
once I'm in control, no, thank you.
It's a whole different part of your brain.
I'm good. Oh, sorry.
Are you eating?
No.
More taquitos, I see.
Oh, taquitos. I want corn dogs right now. That sounds really good.
They do.
Corn dogs are gross.
Oh God.
I used to like corn dogs. I think I ate too many as a kid, and I just hate them now.
You've eaten too many
That's fair.
taquitos.
The taquitos are
Hey,
so good.
some things you can get sick of, other things you just can't.
Like pizza
That's
will live forever.
For
Don't
the
you?
most part.
Oh, fuck off.
I don't eat it very often. I can't anymore.
I could live forever on waffles as long as I could trade out between butter and syrup, peanut butter and jelly, and peanut butter and syrup. Like if I could switch out between those, I could eat waffles
sorry.
for a very long time.
Yeah,
Did you say peanut butter and jelly waffles?
Yeah, that's what I eat before breakfast a lot, or eat for breakfast
What?
before I go to work a lot of the time.
I've never heard of that.
I think it's really good.
Have you ever put peanut butter on them?
Yeah, but like,
Oh,
I'm
with
thinking
the
like
jelly?
peanut butter and jelly sandwich style.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I can't. Mac and cheese is my thing, man.
Oh hell yeah!
I can eat any mac and cheese as long as I can change up cheeses. I could eat that.
Oh yeah, I think we've done this before in another episode, but sorry for people who are hungry listening. My bad.
I'm so hungry right now. Thinking of gooey mac and cheese.
And we'll break, and I'll just edit it in, and we'll all have our little dinner together.
Yay!
Tintin time.
It'll be social instead of a podcast. It'll be social eating or whatever it is on Twitch.
Can we do eating ASMR with it too?
Ugh.
No thanks.
Now everybody judges me. Okay, all right, that was the line. Got it.
Well, you know,
I don't have
out
a problem
loudly
with
judged
ASMR.
Oh, yeah, it's just not my thing. I don't care if people do it or watch it, but I cannot.
Would you, if I sent you one of those microphones that looked like a set of ears, would you use it for a podcast?
Who are you talking
What?
To you, Cody.
Microphone that looks like ears?
Yeah, have you not seen those for ASMR? When you talk in one side, it actually does the other side. Like, so you could talk on a podcast and you'd be coming through like the right side, and you go over to like the left side. And they're super fucking sensitive. So if you scream into it, you're probably gonna kill
that would be
us.
tough for me, bro. Just my voice is loud. That would be hard for me to be quiet.
Have you not seen those microphones?
Yeah, now that I think of now that you explained it, I have seen them. They're just ears. Yeah, you could talk in the right ear, talk in the left ear.
Hey, it's only
I have no idea what that is.
It's $370.
It literally looks like a set of ears. What? Yeah.
I just for audio listeners, I just linked it on Amazon. It's a microphone,
and you can specifically talk on the right ear or the left ear.
Yeah, it's the different channels. Yeah.
Okay.
It's insane.
Dude, you don't need a fucking $400 mic for that. You just...
Yeah, but Gelf, I want to be sexy when I talk to you guys, okay?
Yeah.
You want to lick the ear?
He wants to lick the ear a little bit.
I mean...
Just a little touch, maybe a nibble.
If I have it, I may as well do it, okay?
Yeah, it's true.
Of course, he has to print in from Nowheresville.
That's funny. Oh, it's hilarious. It's got everything. It's got ears.
Oh, man.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I found a cheaper one.
Oh, good. Is it only $350?
No, it's only $70.
Yeah, it's probably not that good.
There you go. There you go. Sorry, everybody.
Or the other one's way overpriced.
You know, you could fall asleep with your chin in that thing.
You really could.
Oh my god, sleeping ASMR. You guys want to hear me snore? I don't snore.
Turn the ears around.
I think it's kind of crazy that they have microphones, you know, for ASMR.
Yeah.
It's just...
I don't think it's crazy. That is a market. That is
they know it's huge now. Yeah.
I just find.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, there it is. There's a full head.
That's a full. It's a full. There you go, Brandon. You don't only get to lick the ear now.
So, Rectify in our
Wow.
Discord for audio listeners just linked a fucking. It's okay. So it's an ASMR headset with like the ears. Now picture a fucking like mannequin head version of that. Now I can tickle his nose. Oh, he's adorable. How much is this?
You can stick your finger up his nose.
I can't find the price. Oh, buy online.
I hit buy online, but
How
it's
much
not.
is it?
Oh. Drum roll, please. Oh my god!
Oh,
Tell me it's
holy shit!
Go ahead,
How much?
go ahead. No.
Okay.
Retail.
I'll give you one guess.
Do the retail first.
Aim high.
$1,200.
No.
Okay. The one I saw, I think was the same one.
Yeah.
Was $8,400.
that's the retail. The retail price is 10 and a half.
You're talking $10,000?
Yes.
It's
For a head?
For a head.
It's a dummy head with some ears.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Holy.
That is something.
Why?
That's incredible.
Why? What is the point of that?
That blows my mind.
That hurts. Like, I don't even know what to say to that except for Jesus Christ, save your money. Like, how bored would you have to be to own that thing? Like, as soon as you pull that out on your Twitch stream and be like, hey guys, I got a new toy, immediately all of your subs should be revoked because clearly you do not need that fucking money.
Oh my god, dude.
No, I see that. And
oh my god, what if we got
unfair,
one
but...
and we painted eyes on him and we like painted it, like gave him hair and shit?
I think it's like, from what it sounds like, you use it to record stuff and then it comes out and it's supposed to play better for your ears or something. It's supposed to sound like you were actually there.
Oh,
okay. $10,000. It needs to come with its own wig, makeup artist, and eyeballs, and it better look
exactly like me. Yeah.
You can buy a sex doll or sex robot doll for less than that thing.
I was gonna say, is this the point where we create a sex doll that's also an ASMR machine?
Well, did you see that?
Holy shit! This
probably not. But there's this lady comedian, Whitney Cummings, and her new special came out on Netflix, and she's making the rounds with all the podcasts and stuff. And she for the thing, she went to a sex doll place, made her sex doll, and then they spent like, I don't know, $100,000 for an actual AI robot head on top.
Oh my god!
It speaks to you, and it said some not great. She said she'd be gentle when they take over the human race, but it was and you can set it in different modes, and like there's like an erotic version, like like it's so hilarious.
Like when it talks to you?
Just randomly, it'll just look at you, and it's just weird, and it blinks all. It's odd, but she had to go to a sex doll place and like sculpted her ears and stuff, and so it looks just like her almost. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, see, here's the thing about sex dolls, though, is that they maybe get to like $3,000, $4,000 for like your normal, like your normal automated sex doll, whatever. But that fucking microphone is 10,000 retail. Why?
A microphone.
I don't get it. Like, I don't understand how. Okay, fine. Fine. You take this thing to a concert, you record it in 360, you record it visually in 360, you record it with these headphones. All of a sudden you have a pure VR experience like you were there. Great.
Yeah.
Cool. But Jesus Christ, that must
Where are you going to make your money back? You know?
Yeah, right? How are you going to make money off of that?
That's crazy. That's just someone that had a lot of extra money. I saw this other thing on their site. It's a dual diaphragm stereo condenser microphone, and it is $6,000.
Yeah, their site has a whole bunch of really stupidly
This
expensive
is
shit.
insane.
You think it's like the you think that mannequin head thing is like the Apple of like ASMR?
Gotta be
I'd have to ask
overpriced
somebody.
and just made to look cool.
Uh,
You know what I could
Apple.
do? I could make one of those. My
Well,
mom, my
well.
mom's, my no. So my mom is a hairstylist, and she always brought home like those
Oh,
like
yeah.
those dummy head things to like work on with like hair and practice.
Dude, that would be
Yeah,
hilarious.
just fucking slap those little those
Dude,
oh that
just-
little hook and that hook one I linked. Yeah, just put the head
Yeah,
right in the
just
middle
get
of
the
that.
$70 one. Just
Yeah.
hook those things in there.
There you
and
go.
then
Yeah, you're
increase
good.
the price and sell it on Amazon. You're good.
There you go.
I just saved you, fucking $10,300.
No,
Yikes.
come on. Only save them like 4,000. You gotta
Oh,
make
yeah,
some
you're
money
right.
on
I'm gonna sell it for $3,000.
Just undercut them. You know?
Undercut them by like $10. All right. I'll even give them wigs and I'll paint eyes on them and
Yeah,
I'll
make
give
them
them
look
names
better. Yeah,
and they'll be super unique. That'd be wonderful.
that would be hilarious. You even to hit a bigger market, make it look exactly like a singer, and then name it that. Well, you'd have to get the rights.
The
But
Taylor Swift ASMR head microphone.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I was gonna take
Beyonce. Like you could just do some crazy stuff.
I was gonna
Jay-Z.
take-
Like,
I was gonna take it a
Ugh.
step further, but it was gonna be really bad.
I'm
telling you.
waiting.
Oh, yeah, no. We were tapping into the market of ASMR sex dolls, and so there you go. You could have their celebrity likeness, and
yeah, you can. Like there's
There you go.
with
can
the
fuck
sex
their
dolls now,
face
you
and
can
then listen
ask
to the
for
recording.
like
oh
you
my
can
God,
ask
that's
for
so
specific
fucked up.
people's like yeah, that was aggressive. You can ask for specific noses and like eyes and stuff like that from celebrities, and they'll match them and put
Yeah,
them on.
can I get the
face.
can I get the Voldemort style nose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
we
like
do
to
that.
look at a nose. It's
Yeah, it's just it gets
yikes.
in the way, if you know what I'm saying.
I want it to look like a flat snake, please.
You know what?
So I
Can I
don't
just have a
have
snake?
much-
Yeah, just give me a snake head. It's fine.
I don't have much of a problem with like the uncanny valley thing or whatever. Like I can accept that, but there's a difference between seeing one of these things like these real life uncanny valley dolls or figurines or mannequins and things like that. Not necessarily a sex doll. I mean just like any sort of near reality appearance. Seeing pictures of them, seeing near reality in games, movies, things like that, like I can handle that. I have no problem. But the first second I saw one of these kinds of mannequins, not a sex doll, but a mannequin that was near real, near Uncanny Valley real,
Oh yeah.
it threw me the fuck off, dude. Like it was just very surreal because you could tell it was like an animatronic almost, and you could tell that things were programmed in and that they were modeled after
Yeah,
human gestures, but still like the angle her head was at was weird, and her hand, like it was just, man, it like I've never felt creeped out quite to that point before. And it was nothing like I wasn't afraid or anything, but my skin just crawled because it was like there's something
Because
wrong.
it looks exactly like it's a human, but it's not a human.
There's
Yeah,
So yeah.
I had the idea in my head that something was wrong, but I couldn't like
spider
I couldn't
sense was tingling.
verbalize it. Yeah, exactly.
There is a dog statue on our route. Honestly, I'm to the point where I can't tell if it's taxidermy or not. But
Oh shit.
when you're walking up to the porch, like it looks like a dog. It's like a black lab. And when you walk up, you kind of hesitate because you're like, oh, it's a dog. You know, mailmen. You know, we get attacked all the time. And I know where this house is now, so like I know. But like the first couple times, I'm like, oh shit, there's a dog, and I'm like, that's not moving. And I get closer, and it's this statue, this fucking realistic looking dog. The eyes look identical to like real dog. Like when you walk by it, it just feels like it's looking at you, and it's like, and it just it freaks me out every time I see it because it catches me off guard every time because it looks so real.
Well, then you know it's not like alive, so it's like, well,
Well, yeah, and that's the weird thing is you know it's not alive, but you still feel it looking at you, and you're like,
yeah,
all right,
but it looks so real. It's like
you wanna fight? Say it with your chest.
just mace it as you walk by.
Fuck you.
Don't look at me like that again.
I'll be back tomorrow, bitch.
That'd be so funny.
It's funny. This sounds like aggressive talk, but this is real basic stuff. Sorry, Gelf. Throw you off.
Sorry, everyone. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. Well, maybe it is 7.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Let's go to the ASMR town and start making ASMR sex dolls. I don't know. Where are we going?
Who knows what we're gonna do? You know, the future's bright.
Okay, I'm gonna open up my internet browser. ASMR sex dolls, and we're gonna figure
Why
out
would you
if
put
this.
that in your?
Oh
why would-
no.
It's an incognito. I'm smart. Okay.
They can still track you.
Yeah. They
No. I'm not worried about being tracked. I'm worried about. Tiffany, if you're listening to me, I'm sorry. I don't look up weird shit. This is for a podcast.
What the fuck?
I don't think it would matter with your guys' history of things.
There you go. See?
The hell does that mean?
I don't know. I really don't know. Oh. Yeah. So apparently there's some of them talk to you. That's all I got.
Yikes.
You can get some to talk to you. That's wild.
You just told a story about the AI ones.
That was a $100,000 thing, though. I thought we were talking like sex dolls.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, go at it, Bill Gates. I guess if it's that expensive. Jesus Christ.
I just you just go into like a sex doll shop and you're just like, yeah, do you have one that just asks me how I'm doing and how my day was? And I'm just gonna sit in a chair all day. I don't need to get real fancy or anything.
They'll sell that one for the most price.
Do you have an emotional support sex doll?
Oh my god.
That would be. You take it on a plane, don't you?
You do have to take a flight case. You have to put it into a flight case.
Oh shit! Well, unless you buy it a seat, right?
No, you can't take it in because it's considered cargo. You have to get a flight seat for it.
But it's AI that talks to me.
Sex doll lives matter. This is discrimination at its finest.
That'll be the next thing. AI lives matter.
Oh god, I don't want to
They're
be
not
alive for
AI.
JSX.
Jesus Christ.
I
All right.
don't want to be alive.
There
for
are
JSX.
some.
You don't want Deus Ex? Wait, what?
I said I don't want to be alive for Deus Ex.
Oh. I don't. That game was buggy as fuck.
Oh,
I loved them.
I'd go through on a no-kill play, like a pacifist playthrough, and I'd be doing so well, and then I would turn a corner and there'd be a guy dead, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm getting blamed for that. I wouldn't even hear, and I'm gonna get blamed for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Cody's the complete opposite.
Yep, I kill everyone.
You know Deus Ex Human Revolution, that part where your helicopter is crashing and the pilot is about to get blown up? I've saved her multiple times, and it was amazing, and I did it without killing anyone.
Wow.
It was so fucking hard, but I did it. I love that shit. That pacifist challenge is awesome. But in that game, one person dies from somebody else, some other NPC, and you get blamed for it? Fuck that noise.
Yeah, there's some
I'm
dumb
getting
stuff.
sick. Hey, this guy
It is a
did
cool
it.
concept of a game. I like the idea of augments and stuff like that. Interesting. That's the future.
Would you guys want augments? And if so, what
Yes.
would you want?
Better back.
I'd like to be able to download information on the fly to my brain.
That would be awesome.
That would
Hey,
be
that's
really
what the
cool.
Neuralink's supposed to be. Elon Musk's Neuralink.
Yeah. That and
Supposed to be it's supposed to help. His whole idea on it is because he is afraid of AI. And so with how fast AI learns, it's supposed to basically be our counter to it, to where it increases bandwidth to our brain, so we can comprehend and learn and do things faster.
Interesting.
That would be super cool.
It's so weird. I was like, well, that's kind of just so we can be quicker at learning things, just maybe not as fast as the AI could, but you're learning at least ahead of time before.
But if we could, then humans as a race would just completely explode with knowledge. Everybody would know how to do everything, and we'd make
kind of need some
advances.
of that. Not a lot of knowledge out there right now.
Then the problem comes in the creativity of the application. How do you use it?
A lot of red hats. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Well, and and it would because I think it has to be like internal. It has to be. I don't know how they're going to connect it and all that, but it's yeah. Because especially the people that control it, like, is it going to be a free thing? Like free as in like not controlled by one person or company, where you kind of get to do what you want with it. But I don't know.
Mm.
Because if it's controlled, then how can you? Yeah, that's just tough.
I think any sort of like technology that's advanced sufficiently to that level, there's no way it could be privately owned
Yeah,
forever.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
yeah. It would
know?
have to. Yeah, it would be insane.
I think with that stuff, we would come to a point because people don't want to be like microchipped and shit. But
Yeah,
I feel life is going to come to a point where technology is going to come so far and start to advance at far beyond that we're actually going to have to toss away some of our old ideals to be able to progress with it. Otherwise, we're just going to
yeah.
kind of
Well,
stagnate and
yeah. You
remain
kind
the
of have
same.
to.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's going to come to that point. Not even remotely close to our lifetime, but you know,
You never know. They're doing a lot of things out there with extending age and stuff like that.
Well, the other thing is like this whole you guys remember Civil War, right? Captain America Civil
Yeah.
War or whatever.
oh, I was
Like the
like, we're going
whole
back in history. Hell yeah. Go ahead.
the argument between freedoms versus safety, I
Yeah.
don't think you necessarily have to give up both, but I think it's such a fine line that if you were going to do like a broad strokes r- like rebuilding of culture and whatnot, there's no way you could implement a balanced a balanced what's the word, program, whatever, to feature both privacy and security, or freedoms and security, you know.
Yeah. It would have to be.
Right.
Yeah. There's probably no privacy at that point,
You would, I
which
mean, I think
it's
you
kind of
could.
getting there already. But it's like, and with some of the privacies already being, kind of taken away from people, people
Yeah.
forget about it real quick. So it's like as long as it's not affecting your life, which for the most in most cases it's not, but most people end up forgetting or not caring. So eventually the pro privacy thing's gonna it'll have to shift to something like, I guess, certain data would only be it, but almost everything else would have to be
I think
not
there's the
private.
potential that
Weird.
that you could balance privacy, freedom, security, all of these different things, but
Oof.
there are so many people in the world and so many
Yeah.
different varieties of approaches and
Greed.
what, what do you think privacy is? What do you
Yeah.
think freedom is? Blah blah. There's no way to implement it on a grand scale because
Mm-mm.
everybody would have different ideas of what's going into it. And then you've also got people that want to take advantage of this, like, hey, I need to know what you're searching for in your browser so I can tailor these recommendations so I can get
Yeah.
you I can inform you about these deals that exist for things that you might be interested in,
I
you
don't
know?
want that.
Yeah.
Well,
Or they
here,
can
Tailored.
take
just
them anyway.
well, and
Yeah.
with it, yeah, along that same things, if someone were to get a hold of information, like, if it was security wasn't amazing, I guess it would almost have to be, because if someone gets information on, because I wonder if it's connected, if like everything you think is kind of processed through it. So like rather than trying to look up, like, going into its own little app thing, I wonder if it's all like, who knows how it's gonna work really. It's so beyond anything I could think of. It doesn't make sense.
I
But
just think people freak out about unnecessary, like, oh,
yeah,
they're
me too.
invading my privacy.
Oh, the
Who gives
Alexa's
a
listening
shit?
to me.
Well, who number 1, the Alexa thing, that's different, but,
Yeah.
like, who
Well, I
gives a
guess
shit
I don't
if
give a
you
shit.
Google, baby carriages? Who gives a shit if you Google, like, "Oh my gosh, you're the
Yeah.
wife of, like, a drug runner," and all of a sudden you're looking at baby items, "Oh, the NSA is gonna use that, against you." Like, how the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Now, the Alexa thing, there's the thing with the Alexa is that they if you have a computer program monitoring through these recordings in order to learn and get better and blah 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 blah. That's one thing. That's a little creepy, but that's one thing. The
Mm-hmm.
big issue is that they had contractors, actual people listening to these things, listening to these recordings. Now that I think is a breach of privacy. But how,
Yeah,
Gelf, do you say they're going to improve the technology, if you can't teach it what it's listening to?
yeah.
Da, da, da.
It's still weird a human listening to you rather than
That's the
a
problem.
non a
That's
non
where
alive AI
right.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, because I mean, if you're having an argument with someone and you have a third party who is observing that and they make a judgment call saying like, "Okay, this is abusive. I'm going to call the cops." When they have no knowledge of the context, they have
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
knowledge of what's going on. Maybe you're acting out a play. Like this actually happened in college. A few friends of mine, we were all in her room and we were practicing scenes from a play, and one of them was this kind of yelling match and whatnot. And the neighbors called campus security because they thought that there was actually a fight going on. And we
Yeah. And they
all had
wouldn't.
to
Yeah.
yeah, it sucked because all of a sudden we feel embarrassed. They feel like, dumbasses. But I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have context. I mean, and if you feel obligated to make some sort of judgment call, maybe you do make the right call. Maybe you do call there is a fight and one partner is, abusing the other partner and you make the call, you call the cops show up. You've just affected two people's lives in a way that they did not ask for, that maybe they need, but they're not ready for. And when it comes to a dangerous situation like that, you could cost somebody their life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. There would
that's
have to be some. Yeah. There would have to be some. I guess rule implemented where they
yeah.
couldn't. If you're gonna listen, if it's not against the law, and people have agreed to it, then there could be no intervention at all. Would have to be, which would be awful if it was something like, say someone broke into a house or something like and they happen to be listening, then they could call the cops. But yeah, there would have to be no
But
intervention probably.
why would you have somebody listening to your cuz they're listening to recordings. They're not listening to
Yeah,
live.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
listening to
Oh, that's
recordings.
true. Yeah,
So there's no need for the judgment call and things like that because you're listening to
yeah. Then
after the
just
fact.
yeah, you would just have to implement a rule. Then no, you can't call. All you
Well,
do is listen, basically, and improve the
I
AI rather than.
I just don't like the idea of people listening at
Yeah,
all
it's
anyway
weird. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
It's
it's a
definitely
huge
weird
yeah, it's a huge
because
invasion of
yeah,
privacy.
when it's a actual person, it's like out in the public, you don't want you're trying to talk to someone, you don't want other people to listen. So it's like same thing except for they're doing it in secret, basically,
And
rather
yet
than
there
you
are
can
still
adjust your
people
volume to where people can't hear you out, in
I,
public.
w- I was going to say and yet there are still people who walk around with their Bluetooth turned all
Yeah,
the way up
fucking
going,
assholes. Yeah,
"So, did you hear about this
I
and did you hear about
hate
that?"
it.
Like, "Oh my god, fuck off
Speaking of
and
which,
Or
die."
blasting music on your
one
phone.
one one
Ugh.
thing I see all the time is when they're talking on their phone, right? But it's not up to their fucking ear. They have it on speaker
Yep.
and they're holding it in front
Yeah,
of them.
hate it.
Why? Why do that? Nobody wants to hear that. And if you do that, I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
your
you're a dickhead.
conversation. Especially
Ruining
like
the
when
peace.
you're like in a crowded area and it's like, yeah, blah blah blah. Oh, what'd you say? What? And it's like fucking just
Yeah.
put it up
Oh,
to your fucking ear, dude. It's like, and I see them do it while they're driving too. You can see like the way that they're holding it. I'm like,
Yeah.
yep.
why? Why?
Well, you're not supposed to have it up to your
Uh,
ear, so
Yeah, but they're holding it clear as day in their hand. It's like,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
People
harder to
are
tell that way, I would assume. But
I got Bluetooth in my car though, so it's whatever. I got hands free.
oh,
I
yeah.
have this is one of my favorite purchases ever. I got one of those phone rings, not the pops, not the pop sockets, but a ring and it's a split ring with
Oh,
a like a rubber guard on either side so you can clip it onto your vent.
I thought that would
yeah,
clack
yeah. We
around.
have one.
It
We have
doesn't
one,
at all. It
and it
doesn't at
grips. It
all.
grips
Yep.
on the side, so like it fits to the size of your phone. It just grips it right there. It's awesome.
I just have it stuck to the back of my phone case. I just have it.
Oh
It's
wow.
just stuck there, but it's a vent grip, and I can shove it on there and just click and done, and then I'm gone.
Yeah, it's really
And
cool.
Android Auto pops on, and then everything else is vocal. Okay, Google, bring up the years of the World War II. I don't know, stuff like that.
And somebody just got upset. Hey Alexa, go fuck yourself.
No. The proper term is, "Hey Alexa, play Despacito."
Oh god.
It's so goofy every time you talk after you vape. It's like
Yeah.
sounds so different. I now this is I feel like I'm going down a bad road. There's been a lot of talk about like, well, no, it's about vaping, and like a lot of people are starting to have like really bad side effects from it lately, and I'm like, at first I thought I was like, Gelf, oh no.
Okay, so
No.
here's the problem with that. All right, so a lot of the issues that are going and I've actually talked to a couple of people who own vape stores and things like that.
Yeah, I've heard this study's not correct.
So
Really?
the big issue,
Yeah.
the big
Enlighten me.
issue that's going on is that so do you know what a Joule is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So a Joule is it's called a closed system. That means you buy the pod, you plug it in, you charge the little battery, and you pull
Hit
on
that.
it and you vape.
Oh, he's a
Yeah.
good shit. Sorry, go ahead.
Now
Fat clouds.
the big
tornado.
Jellyfish.
the big problem right now
Dolphin
with
circle.
what's going on right now is that a lot of these people, they're all young. They're all like 19 years old. And there are a lot of people,
Or
like I
younger
was talking
even.
to one guy, and he was telling me that, well, the median age is 19. But he was telling me like one of the big things that's going on is these kids are hitting these Juul pods. Like one little pod of that is supposed to be an entire pack of cigarettes, and they're
Oh my
pulling on
God.
them like they're a fucking regular vape. Now, this stuff is so concentrated, it's closer to nicotine salts than vape liquid. Like e-liquid that I use. The e-liquid that I use is 6 milligrams. You can get 0 milligrams, 3 milligrams, 6 milligrams. All right. So by comparison,
You can get
nicotine
0, so
salts.
you can just vape for fun.
Yeah, you can just vape for flavor. You don't have to vape for.
Dude,
In fact,
I'm
I
gonna
was
rip
down.
some fat fucking clouds. Hell yeah.
So, but here's the thing: is like nicotine salts, which I believe are closer to what's in Juul. I don't know exactly what's going on with Juul, to be totally honest. But you're looking at like God, what is it, like 26 milligrams of nicotine, per pull, whereas I get 6. Let me look at this up because I want to see. Yeah, you're looking at like 30 milliliters of Nic salt. What's the level on this? You can get 48 milligrams or 28 milligrams in this particular one that I just pulled up. I can get 3 and 6. So number one, they're getting way higher concentrations of this stuff.
Hold on.
And a lot of people. Oh, okay,
I don't
sorry,
mean for you to repeat that. Your entire pod thing comes in 3 and 6, and that one comes in 48.
Yes,
Holy
because they're
shit.
concentrated.
That's insane.
That is
Now, I don't, like I said, I don't know if, because here's the thing is nicotine salts are not meant to be pulled on like I pull on my rig. I take a couple of vapes. I hit it a couple of times. I set it aside. Nicotine salts are meant, you hit it once, you set it aside. It's for people who are, Juuls were originally created. And I'm not saying that Juuls use nicotine salts because I don't know, but this is the closest comparison that I have, and I'm assuming that it's something similar because of what I've been told about the concentration of the shit in these Juul pods. Now, the problem is you've got kids, their systems haven't completely matured yet, and they're not only using Juul pods to hit nicotine that's way too fucking strong for them, but they're also using these vapes for weed. They're using these vapes for dry herb. They're using these vapes for shit that's causing problems. Now, here's the last thing about this. There's no one particular device or liquid or product or substance at all that's actually been blamed for what's going on. The scary thing is they don't know. The good thing is, I guess, is that they have narrowed it down enough that it is e-cig related. It is some sort of vaping thing, which that's good because if you had, 100 kids, 53 people in Illinois and Wisconsin suddenly getting, upper respiratory diseases for no fucking reason, that's
Mhm.
bad. At least you've identified a common bit, but it's not. We don't know what's causing it, so I could be totally wrong, and whatever, I could come down with the sickness tomorrow and die. But I'm also over the median age by quite a bit. I think I'm fine. Now, I did actually have one of my viewers. Sorry, see my voice is getting all dry? It's because I'm talking a lot. One of my viewers on my Discord actually mentioned, like, "Oh, so many sicknesses due to vaping. Gelf's been sick a lot lately. I wonder what's going on." Here's the thing.
I get
The
sick,
r the sys
asshole. Sorry,
Yeah,
if I
right.
know you, I'm sorry. I
Well,
don't know who it is. It
the
was probably me.
symptoms of what's going on is coughing, shortness of breath, chest pain, difficulty breathing, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fatigue, fever, and weight loss. Sign me up for that last one. But anyway,
So,
um,
you died of dysentery?
yeah, basically, yeah. Um, but here's the thing: is all of the shit that's been going on with me is sinus related. That's why I've been blowing buckets and buckets of clear fucking mucus out of my sinus passages for
That's
the
all the
last like
vape
3
liquid,
weeks.
bro. I'm kidding.
My vape doesn't get up in my nose unless I breathe it out through my nose, which
Have
that
you
dries my shit out and causes boogers, which
have you
no sir.
ever Okay, serious question. Somewhat serious question. Have you ever stuck
Okay.
your vape up to your nose and went and like
Fuck no.
well,
Why?
I don't know, just curious.
I would have
Gotta
tried
try
it.
it. I would have tried it.
No, here's the reason why.
Just a
Here's the
little
reason
bit.
why. If you vape, like, okay, my vape rig is set to 80 watts. Not a whole lot. There are some rigs out there that'll go up to like 210,
What
like
does that
very,
mean?
very hot.
I don't
It's
vape.
it's okay, it's basically real fat crayon, it's basically the heat, how hot it gets.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much power it needs to evaporate and vaporize the e-liquid, the poly. Now
Is that
here's
how
the other
they
thing.
get bigger
Oh,
clouds of smoke if
that's
it's
how they
higher?
explode.
Kinda, yeah. What? No. Now here's the thing is,
I've
the
seen the
e-liquid
news.
that I use is vegetable glycol. So it's like it's like vegetable syrup, basically vegetable-based syrup. So it's not like salts or anything like that.
Oh,
And yes, basically depending on what heat you have, what power you have, what coil you're using, yes, you can rip some sweet clouds. But with the first time, now here's the other
Fat
difference between
clouds.
whatever. Here's the other difference between vaping and smoking, and things like that is smoking is cigarette to mouth, and then you breathe
Yeah.
it in from there. Vaping is device to lung. That's a dangerous bit, and that's something I don't quite know the long-term effects of, but that's something to keep in mind if you're like, "Hey, I wanna start vaping." No, you really don't. This is used to quit smoking or because you don't have a hookah around anymore. Like, give me an excuse, fine, but it's not for starting just because you wanna be cool. But that's something that'll actually keep smokers from using vapes and using e-cigs because it's a device to lung,
Yeah.
not device to mouth. And that throws people off, and I think it's kind of funny when you try to when a smoker's like, "Oh, that vape pussy shit, I could do that, no problem." I'm like, "Really? Okay, here." And the reason I was bringing that up is because the very first time you take a hit for a pull from a vape or whatever,
yeah, a
if
rip.
you're not
Can you
ready for
please
the
use the correct
heat,
terminology?
Oh, you cough. Yeah.
rip whatever.
I'm gonna
I'm
rip a
not
fat
part of the
cloud.
vape niche, okay? This isn't like a culture thing for me.
You're ripping fat clouds. Don't lie.
But the thing is, if you're not ready for the heat that comes off of it, and you try to stick that fucking thing up your nose, goodbye nose
Oh,
hairs, number
yeah.
1, and number 2, owie,
They need
burn.
trimmed anyway sometimes.
So it's actually hot when it comes out. Well, I guess that makes sense. Why would it cool off? Okay. Anyway, I was doing some research on the Juul, and
If you're using a higher temperature or a higher power, it's gonna be hotter. Mine isn't very, like, at all, but still, don't stick it up your nose because it's vaporized liquid, and that shit burns.
if I had one, I would I would have to muster the courage to do it. I had to try
For
it.
sure.
With the Juul thing, it says Juul mixes freebase nicotine with an acid, setting off a chemical reaction that produces salts. So they do have nicotine salts or whatever the fuck you're looking for. Excuse my language. That was unnecessary.
And that's
sorry.
That's the scary thing is like, now here's the thing is Juul mixes freebase nicotine with an acid, setting off a chemical reaction that produces the salts. Benzoic acid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're reading the same thing I'm looking at.
Yeah. So instead of deriving your nicotine from fucking tobacco leaves or whatever, they're creating this fucking crazy shit with acid. Like, now here's the thing though, is in Washington, they're bringing down these laws that are increasing taxes and just destroying vape shops because they're levying all these taxes and all these the FDA or whatever requirements and things like that. But it doesn't affect Juul at all. So in the end, you're going to kill all these ma and pa places that there's still no quantifiable evidence that says that it's bad for you.
Yeah.
But
They just
they're
linked them
destroying.
together. Yeah.
They're destroying these companies, these ma and pa companies, but it's not doing anything to one of the biggest brand names in vaping, which is arguably causing all this trouble. Like, I don't know if it is Juul. I don't know.
I got something on that. It says it's estimated that Juul controls 70% of a $6.6 billion market.
That's insane.
So it's fair to say yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's their advertisements are all flashy and pure white, and every time I go into a gas station, you know, 'cause I'm mailman getting drink. I go to like maybe 3 different gas stations every day. And I mean, that's the first thing that catches my eye because the advertisement is so different compared to like cigarettes and other e-cig stuff. And, you know, and kids think ripping fat clouds is pretty dope. Yeah. And it looks dope. I'm not going to do it. Dude, I passed by this guy just yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago. And he was vaping on the sidewalk. He was breathing it in and blowing out through his nose. And as I drove by, I was just like, I just whispered to myself, I was like, Vape Nation. I didn't want to fuck with him because I'm in my uniform and shit, but I'm like, wow, sick fucking rip, bro.
Oh, Jesus.
No, people do what they want. I don't really care. As long as you allow me to shoot jokes at you every now and then everybody will be fine.
Yeah, I don't care. But here's the last thing that I have to say on the Juul issue is Juuls are made. Juuls were made to help people quit smoking. They were designed to get as close to the smoking experience as possible to help people replace and diminish their usage of cigarettes.
Yeah.
That is an adult.
Exactly,
that's the problem. Is when adult smokers are removing their addictions and being able to control it and things like that by using a Juul, that's what they're made for. The CEO of Juul came out and said to teenagers and whatnot, do not use our devices. They are not made for you. This is not for you to be, because the thing is they're vapes and they're cheap. So the biggest dumbass in the world, some high schooler named Jim, who thinks that he wants to rip fat clouds.
Sorry,
the
Jim.
Thing is, the vapor that you get out of a Juul is fucking weak as shit, and I don't even try to ramp mine up. And I could overpower some asshole with a Juul with one rip or whatever it is. But you've got kids that are pulling off of these things as if they're, candy vapes. And no wonder they're fucking dying. Yeah, they're getting addicted. They're giving themselves an addiction. Here's the thing is when I a couple of rigs ago, my vape died. The tank broke. I didn't have a replacement. I didn't have the money for the replacement. I went cold turkey off of my vape 100% for over 6 months because I didn't want to spend the money to replace it. I had no problem at all. I wasn't hungry for a cigarette. I wasn't like, oh my God, let me hit your vape. When I went to go see my friend Alora, yeah, she'd be like, hey, do you want some? Sure. So I'd take a couple of hits, a couple of rips, sorry. And I'd be fine. I had to get my terminology right. It's clearly
Thank you.
But
now I know exactly what you're talking about.
it wasn't a problem, but I've seen some people who cannot live without their rig. They
Yeah.
can't go a day without their vape. I've seen people on planes that were desperate, and they had their like I we had stood outside, vaping outside in the smoking area, and then when we came back in, like, he was a couple of rows ahead of me, and I could see him getting nervous and doing the leg bounce and stuff like that, and he popped one of the nicotine gums, the chews
Huh.
or whatever, and I'm like, "How fucking rocked are you? What First of all, what milligram of nicotine are you fucking smoking? Because if you are that desperate for
48.
nicotine an hour and a half into a 3-hour flight, so bad that you need to use nicotine gum, dude, reduce your use, man. Just like step back a little bit." What I use my vape for, and this is different from a lot of people, I use it to control my um sugar cravings. That's
Mm.
why I use sugary vapes and super sweet vapes and things like that, is because otherwise I would be eating candy constantly. I can't chew gum because I have permanent retainers, but like I would be eating sweet things constantly. Since I've started vaping, I've stopped drinking sodas almost entirely. Um, I still get candy once in a while, but it's
Yeah.
not nearly as bad as it used to. When I was in college, I would kill a 3-pound bag of Smarties in a night.
Oh man.
It is not good, very not good. So I use mine to control my sugar cravings. Well, Gelf, why do you have 6 milligram nicotine level in your e-liquid if you're only using it for the sweetness? Because zero nicotine e-liquid tastes like dick. And if it's got a little bit of nicotine in it,
No, I mean, if you like
it
dick, then
tastes
hey,
better.
it's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
You go right ahead and stick with that zero nicotine. I am going to
Now
go
I know
with
what it's like to
my
suck dick without sucking the actual dick. It's incredible.
that would be that would be hilarious.
But anyway, like
there's no
that's
boundaries in this episode. Fuck, I'm
Yeah,
going
right.
all out.
but that's my reasoning behind it basically. I just wanted to clear that up because I used to smoke. I don't smoke anymore. I smoked during high stress periods, so like finals weeks, final months, whatever at college. I'd buy a pack of cigarettes, and that was pretty much it. Like I wasn't maybe a social smoker once in a while, but you get me in front of a fucking hookah, and y'all can get your own because this bitch is mine.
I this is gonna take a turn. I almost died to secondhand smoke when I was younger.
Oh wow.
Jesus,
Yep.
asthma?
Yeah. Yep. It got so bad that my throat, they said, was the size of a coffee straw, and I almost suffocated
Oh
myself.
my god.
Yeah, it was rough. Rough life.
See, with my allergy things, I've been sensitive to it, but I've never had a reaction like that.
Well, I mean, they called it temporary asthma. Basically, my asthma only kicks up under like extreme circumstances, especially later in my life now. Like if I mow the grass and it kicks up a bunch of like dry, like that suffocates me. And if I go from a really hot area to a really cold area and vice versa really fast, it happens immediately. Like my throat closes up. But yeah, that's why I don't smoke. I don't know, I just don't see the joy in it, and yeah, plus it almost killed me. So hey, that's a good reason not to smoke. Especially when your smoke almost kills somebody else. You think that person would stop smoking, but yeah, it took them a while.
Yeesh.
But yeah,
That's kind of scary. Just because I mean, when you're around air particles in the air, like my husband, he's asthmatic. He has asthma. So I keep my vapor away from him. If we're in the same room and we're vaping, there's got to be a fan on, or I'll go outside the room or something like that. Um, but there are a lot of people that I've noticed that they're asthmatic, but they don't react to e-liquid vapor, but they will react to cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
So have you been around vapor, and has it affected you at all?
So yeah, we have this person at work that vapes a lot, and I like she'll blow it and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm like, no, it smells good, it's totally fine. Like, it smells like Fruity Pebbles ish kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, it smells great, doesn't affect me at all. I get around a smoker and my throat just starts closing, like it's because it's actual smoke, like it's
yeah,
yeah,
it's burning
irritating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm to a point where like I can't be around. It's not that I can't be around smokers. It just it just irritates me because I hate the smell. I know what it's capable of doing, and so I just leave. I'm like, okay, I can't be around you or at least stand like downwind from me to where like if you're smoking and the wind just takes it away from us instantly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we do this thing on Sundays, like when we deliver packages. There is a designated smoking area, but these fucking like 3 people smoke right in front of the door. So when I go in and out of the door, I have to like walk through their smoke, and it's like, go away. I even had to go to a supervisor one time and just be like, dude, like I can't breathe through this shit, and I'm trying to work, and they're just kind of standing around smoking. Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, rant over.
No, that's not good because I mean, there's a lot of places now legally you can't smoke or vape or anything within 15 feet of an entrance to prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
Like that could be bad.
It sounds stupid, but I mean, it can be a
Get
deterrent.
them fired. Get them fired.
Nah.
Well, here's the thing is like I don't want to be that person that says, like, oh, you're fine, you'll get over it, or but I don't want to sound like I'm turning on other vapors and things like that, but there's a reason those laws exist, and you have to respect that, dude. I'm sitting out on the bench in front of work. If I'm out there on break and I'm vaping, if I hear a child approaching, my vape goes hidden. I hide it. I put it away. The one time I didn't was when there was a mom, a grandma, and a little girl, and they were talking about how much she was talking about, I like unicorns, but I like dragons more, and blah, blah, blah. And she looked over, and I had just, breathed out a cloud or whatever. And she said, look, mommy, she's a dragon. And so she's staring at me, and I was like, fuck, now I have to entertain this kid. And I breathed it in and I let it out through my nose. And she's like, mommy, dragon. She's a dragon. And she was having so much fun. And it sucked because it dried my nose out so much. I sneezed and I swear to God, I felt something crack in my nose. It was terrible. But the little girl was entertained, and she was like 15 feet away. She was across the walkway by her car. As I cough because I'm sniffling. It's the sniffles, I promise. And that's like the only time I've ever vaped around a kid, and she was far enough away that it wasn't reaching her. But at the same time, I just really don't want her to grow up and think that, oh, I'm going to be a dragon, I'm going to vape. No, kid, no. Don't do that.
Set this in
Juul
motion.
instead.
You did this. Smoke actual cigarettes, you fucking pussy. Sorry, that was insane.
Oh my.
That was
Go
intense.
get your pack of Marlboros. That's funny.
Jesus.
Straight to Cuban cigars.
Ew.
Yeah,
I
those
want
are
to see
fine.
some. I want to see
Don't
some
inhale those.
really fucking cool, like smoking down a clove cigarette.
I don't know what that is.
Like actually inhaling a clove cigarette. That shit will kill you.
Yeah, joke's
like
on you.
that.
I just eat my cigarettes.
Perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to unwrap them, sniff the dried tobacco leaves off of the wrapper.
You know, like those candy sticks that you used to get on Halloween as a kid, the little dry, chalky ones? Yeah, just like that. You just open a pack of cigarettes and you just shove them right in.
Those are so horrible.
What? I love chalky candy. I don't know what it is. I love old
Has
people
no
candy.
flavor.
Like the fake cigarettes ones?
Yeah.
That like little cigarette boxes?
Yeah, and like the candy discs that are real chalky. What are they called?
Like Necco discs.
Yes, I
Necco.
love those things. Those are so good.
I have to admit, like, Necco candies and Smarties are sometimes like my favorite
Smarties.
shit on the planet.
Smarties are
That's why I
alright.
used to kill a 3-pound bag in like a single night, man.
yeah.
I'm surprised I don't have diabetes.
Yeah, I didn't love them that much, but
I love them way too much.
as far as chalky candy goes, I think that's top.
Oh, use some chalky candies. Nice. Nice.
So apparently, and I didn't know this, but apparently standard e-liquid is made with freebase nicotine. I didn't know that.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I, but I just realized that I thought I knew what it meant, but then I went to this website that sells, it's the one I pulled the example like nicotine salt out of, and it had e-liquid by nicotine type, freebase nicotine or nicotine salt, and I was like, what is freebase nicotine then? Oh, okay, so that is what regular e-liquid is it's freebase nicotine, and nicotine salts is freebase nicotine that is treated with acid. I don't know. The article I was reading says that there's like 50 different ways to make nicotine salt, so who knows exactly what they do with it, but it's concentrated and it's
Yeah,
fucking bad for
but
you.
when I make meth in my basement, suddenly it's a problem.
Yeah.
When I use the wrong acid,
freebase
now I
crack
got the
over
cops
here.
breaking in my
That's-
windows.
God, I gotta get rid of these fucking allergies. I'm on 3 different kinds of allergy specific meds on top of fucking Benadryl before I go to bed at night and a steroid regimen for the next 2 days. And I'm also on antibiotics every morning and every night. Fuck, dude. Like,
Do you
I'm
have one of
on.
those like Sunday through Saturday pill boxes?
I do actually.
Oh, there you go. I was just
And it's
I was
a
just
little
asking.
circle. No, because every Sunday I pop them all open and I refill them. It's like my thing. That's what I do. Um, except for the ones that have to be refrigerated. But it's like it used to be. I had two meds. I had my Lexapro and my Adderall, and Adderall was only on work days. And now all of a sudden, because I'm on iron supplements, I'm on a multivitamin, um I'm on like 4 different pills, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't need all of this shit, but I do. I'm anemic, so I need the iron. I don't eat enough beef, apparently. I need more beef, more red
Huh.
meat. Um, I need a multivitamin because I'm not getting enough magnesium. What the fuck do you eat to get magnesium? I don't even know. Well, not like it matters because I'm
I
taking
don't
the pill
know.
for it.
Yeah.
But, it's like all this extra shit that all of a sudden, like I'm 33 years old and I have a pill scheduler now. And I'm like, I'm an adult. I have a Sunday through Saturday pill dispenser. It's amazing.
Okay, I've got about 5 years. Whew, gotta make it count.
You do
Well.
you, honeydew. You just do your thing.
I'm feeling good. I am feeling so good. Like I said, they bumped up my medication to 10 milligrams for that anxiety shit or whatever it is.
Yep.
And
Lexapro.
man, I
Yep.
feel good. Like
It's a difference.
I am fucking laser focused. I can actually
You are gonna
remember a
get-
ton of shit. Like it's incredible.
You are going to get to the point where it's your normal day to day then. That's not a bad thing. When you get to the point where you're used to feeling like that,
That's what
and
happened
it's
with my
not
5 milligrams. But they had to
Yeah.
bump it up because, yeah, I was getting too used to the 5 milligrams, and it was actually like
too
I had
fast.
I had a
Yeah, it was
I had a
too
panic
fast.
attack.
It
Like,
didn't help, but it wasn't enough.
yeah, it helped at the beginning, but my body got used
Yeah.
to it within like 4 days. And then I
Yeah.
just didn't do anything. Like I had a panic attack, I had chest pains, like I was back to square one, but I was on the 5 milligrams. And I just started 10 milligrams yesterday, and like I woke up today and I was just like, whoo, like I feel so good.
Yeah.
What? Anyway,
What?
I was waiting on Cody.
Yeah, I was gonna do it, but my throat's not feeling amazing, so it was close.
He's been vaping. It's fine.
Here, try
Stop.
this vape. I was gonna
Ripping
say,
fat clouds, yo.
oh my god, that term
I've
just
been
sounds so
juuling.
weird to me. Oh, you can't rip a fat cloud with a fucking jewel.
If you jewel that whole thing up, you can.
That's like cramming an entire pack of cigarettes down your gob at
Well,
a single
okay,
already
now
told you I eat
imagine an
them.
entire pack of cigarettes of smoke.
Oh,
Fat
that's so
cloud.
You just,
bad.
I mean, you just stroke.
Yeah, it takes a while, but
That
Okay.
is you
Yeah.
lighting yourself on fucking fire.
Another question about vaping. Have you ever put your vape up to a vacuum? Just for fun.
See, I
No.
wouldn't do that. That doesn't make sense.
That would actually burn out the coil really fast, and coils are expensive enough.
No. For like a split second, you just get the hose and you let the vacuum, hit a fat rip cloud, and see where it goes.
My vacuum doesn't need to vape, dude.
Hey, maybe it's had a long day. It needs a little nicotine.
I've had a long day. I need a little nicotine. It doesn't need shit.
Hey, your vacuum sucks up dirt for a living. It has a long day too. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Eventually, that thing's gonna come to life.
My vacuum. My vacuum is a lazy
vacuum.
son of a bitch. My vacuum works maybe once every month, maybe. It can go buy its own goddamn jewel.
That's true. I guess the ones that work on their own, like the Roombas or something, maybe they kind of deserve it. But the ones where you gotta operate, oh come on, you lazy.
Oh God.
You just you see your Roomba driving around, and then just fucking vape cloud comes out the top
just
of it.
Just a fat cloud.
And then it stops and spins in a circle to turn it into a tornado.
I can actually do that. Az actually taught me how to make a tornado out of vape smoke. Vapor.
You know what this means, right? You know.
It means I have to do it on video.
That means you on stream. Just
on stream.
I don't know.
And then right before you got to say ripping fat clouds.
And then you got to
No, I'm not going to say ripping fat.
Come
I'm
on.
not part of the Vape Nation.
You don't gotta be. That's a universal thing. Everyone can rip fat clouds.
Can you on your Juul?
Yes, if I inhale enough.
And then all of a sudden, C-Max Survival ends up as the first older than 19 vaping.
Here lies Cody.
What happened? He inhaled a hole and tried to make a fat cloud. It stayed inside his lungs and killed him.
He just took an entire pack of cigarettes, shoved them down his throat, and lit them all at once, and went.
I'll make sure that your tombstone says, "Here lies Cody. He ripped the fattest cloud of them all."
Hashtag Vape Nash.
The greatest
I'll have a
thing
picture
would
of you all crouched down and shit with your fingers. I'm doing it right now with your two fingers out.
I literally did it when I said Vape Nash.
Yeah.
I found a picture of a friend on Instagram, and he said, "Yeah, it's an old picture, but it's true." Hashtag Vape Nash, and he's got the Vape Nash fingers, but he's got them side to side. So it looks like two brackets. It looks like he was trying to do Diamond Club and missed. Yeah. Like he's just got really shitty aim. I'm like, dude, it's 90 more degrees and you can actually make a V and an N. Give me some fucking effort. Like I'm not even part of this shit. And you just, oh my God.
I think that's hilarious. I love. Did Ethan? Is it Ethan Nahila?
Yeah.
Did he? That's his thing, right? Vape Nation.
Yeah, Vape Nation.
I fucking
kinda yeah.
Like I'm not a part of. You don't
H3?
You.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I was like, you don't know?
I was like, wow, they're pretty big.
He's cool. He's great. I love his content.
Yeah, he's hilarious. His podcasts are pretty
goofy.
Good.
Yeah, the production quality is perfect. I want to get a setup like that. I want to have a studio just like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah, that's the plan. Dude, our topics.
So let's make it happen. Let's do it right now.
Dude, there was one time I was getting. I was getting my tattoo. I told Cody this. I parked next to this building, and it said I could rent a small studio room or whatever. It was $150 a month, and I was like,
yeah,
maybe. It was like a building that was like attached like. Basically, all the rooms inside were rented out by other small businesses or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But $150 a month for a separate room like that would be sweet. But I mean, the only people in the state right now is just Cody and I. So I mean, it'd basically be an office for Cody and I.
For like podcast recording, there's a place here in Austin called Space ATX. Now they're normally for recording like bands, audio, like music, things like that.
Oh yeah.
But you can get a standard room. It's $10 an hour.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's large. Oh, standard room. Yeah, $10 an hour from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wow, that's pretty good.
And then from 5 to 2 a.m. it's $14 an hour. Like that, everybody pools together a couple of bucks, and you take a 2 hour, $20. Everybody throws in $5. You're done.
Yeah, we would only need like 2 hours. Yeah.
But if you
Or-
want something or you could just come over
Wow,
to my
that's-
place and we could use my office.
This sounds way cooler. I'm kidding.
Space ATX. They've got a website called Space ATX, man.
Yeah, why is it
Man.
called? Oh, space, because it's rooms. Got it. Okay, sorry. I thought space as in like space, and I was like, that doesn't make any
Space.
sense.
It's so beautiful. The elegance. Sorry. What? Shut up.
What?
Huh?
The fat clouds are getting to her.
Oh my god. Are you serious right now?
I love it.
Gave you a solid
You're
dab
so
just for
weird.
that.
Thank you.
Oh my god, you and your dabbing. Do I need
Hell
to get
yeah.
Az in here to dab on the microphone?
He just
I-
dabbed with me. He heard it. We felt the connection. We just dabbed together. So
I
that's fine.
dabbed a few times.
Oh, there you go.
my
See,
God.
We
Do you
all
just
have the
like
same
dab
connection.
randomly and hope that you're both doing it at the same time, or do you
every
guys like actually
time-
coordinate?
And this has actually become like a weird habit of mine. It's like a joking habit. Every time you vape on stream, I get a little small one.
So you just did it?
Yeah, because I heard it. The fucking.
All right. Do it again.
Oh, I can dab all day.
Oh my god, you guys are weird.
Oh, you
I
want
can dab all day.
You want to do the long?
These arms are meant for dabbing.
The
I can
dip.
double dab all the time.
I'm gonna
And
dip
that's
real
just
hard.
what they'll do.
Have you guys seen that? Where you guys fucking basically reach your toes?
Oh,
my
the
knees.
dip one, yeah. Yeah, the
What
dipping
the
dab thing, yeah.
Dip.
So-
Is that like dipping dots, dipping dabs,
Dipping
That's
dots.
a great idea. That's
dipping dots, dipping dabs? It's like
copywritten. Nobody can sell those. Those are mine. My idea.
As of
That-
wait, hey, hold on.
They're dabbing
Whoa,
dots.
whoa,
up
she
with it.
said it.
They're-
Maybe,
Shut
whoa.
up, asshole.
They're dabbing
owe
dots.
me.
Copyright.
And that
Sue
part's
you
cut
for
out.
dabbing
Brandon came up with it.
That's bullshit.
Oh, no.
I'm the editor
I-
here. You have no power here.
Deletes website.
That would be so funny if she was recording it on the low. Oh, yeah?
I totally do. No,
She
That's so
sues me
funny.
10 years later
But-
after I become this fucking ultra popular fucking.
Okay,
did the
I
work,
want my
I take
$100
the-
million now. Thank you.
Yes.
Wow, 100 million? This is $1 billion industry, Cody. Come on.
Yeah.
I would be
dabbing,
happy
for
with
sure.
100 million. I would be fine with 100 million. Like,
Dude, you
Sorry.
know what else?
I'd give you 99
can,
just to spite you.
no, god damn it.
Did-
Just not 13
Wow.
million because that's unlucky.
Oh.
I guess.
What were you saying, Cody?
I said, I guess.
I swear to God, you were saying something else before that.
Everybody got
Been a
real
hot minute
quiet.
since I said anything. I just laughed at the 13 million thing and I said, I guess.
Oh,
my
maybe that's what it
God.
was. My alarm was on my phone was about to go off because meds, and all I heard was I guess, and then you cut off, and I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
like I guess.
Oh,
something,
no.
something,
Yeah,
something.
no. I just said, I
I
guess
was
to her.
Yeah, I mean it's whatever. I know you guys don't care about this, but I'm super excited about it, and I want to say something.
I care.
No, you don't, because
Yes,
I
I do.
have audio proof that nobody cares about this. Okay, don't you play fucking innocent with me, Cody.
I'm just
No.
waiting for you to say what it is so I can confirm I don't care.
So the Nintendo Direct just went through yesterday, or went
Yes!
2 days ago, or whatever. Anyway,
Yes.
lots of cool shit.
Uh-huh.
They showed a lot more Animal Crossing, and I shit my pants a little bit. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, I don't care about that. That's true.
That's fine. They showed some Smash stuff, which was okay. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I haven't got that yet.
Banjo-Kazooie's coming out tonight, or tomorrow, or I don't know. What else was there? I've already forgotten. All I care about is Animal Crossing.
You know what bothers me is they never add stuff to fucking the Mario Party.
Yeah, that game just like dropped off the fucking
Yeah.
earth. As soon
We
as
used to
came
play it
out.
all the time, and then we beat all the maps so many times it's not fun anymore. And then now we're like waiting for new maps. They never come out. Nothing. Horrible.
Your voice just cracked. It was gorgeous.
It's the only game I like.
He secretly likes Nintendo. It's fine.
And Mario Tennis. I like that.
Oh, and Deadly Premonition Origins.
See, I figured you'd like that
Release?
one. I couldn't remember if you liked that one or not.
Yeah, I did. I'm part of Club Greenvale, the Greenvale Club.
No clue what that is.
I don't know what that
See,
is
here's the
either.
thing: is I need to get a Switch, and
Yeah, you do. Let's all play Switch together.
I need to get a Switch, and then
There's
I need
probably
to get all
not
of
one
those
game
like
all of us like.
Mario
adventure.
Party.
Well,
I like
I was
Mario
gonna
Party.
go for like single players.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, Cody. It's just us.
Oh,
She
okay.
doesn't want
All
to play
right,
with us.
I'll
That's
play
fine.
Mario Party, bro. I forgot.
You guys
Do you have that
don't
game
get-
too?
No, I can get it.
Oh.
I want to get it. I haven't played my Switch much since I got Smash. I basically unlocked all the characters in Smash and then was like, yeah.
Yeah, I want to get that too, but
Fun.
whenever we play, it's usually like family dinner nights, and a lot of them like Mario Kart, and I fucking hate that game.
Yeah, I have Mario Kart. It's fun. It's all right. I play with
It's
Eliza.
fun, but
she gets put
it's
down
not.
because
It's only fun when me and my brother play because we both not that good, and so it's basically who can get 8th place, and so like, and maybe he's 9th. It's always us fighting at the end, but
and maybe they're 12.
yeah,
fuck
sometimes
is this?
yeah, sometimes
That's
it
what throws
happens
me
when he
off.
gets on that 200cc shit.
Dude, the last time I played a Mario Kart game was Mario Kart 64. So
Yeah.
when I see that there's like a 12th place or whatever, I was like, what the fuck? How many people are on this track right now? Because in the other
Dude,
one it
it's
was like
insane.
8. Like when I was in 8th and all of a sudden someone passed me and I was like, 9th? 10th? Oh, what the hell?
It goes farther.
Yeah, but it's a good game.
I think Mario Party is one of the better ones. Probably the best of that style of, I guess, game put out so far. I haven't
Yeah.
played Smash though. Tennis I love. I love tennis, but no one else likes.
It looks cool.
I'm way better than them.
I haven't tried it. That's why I love it
No
so
one
much
wants
because
to
other
play.
people suck ass.
Yeah. Well, they just don't pick the right character. Like I found a perfect character that plays to my style, so it's like that none of them can keep with one character. I can. The best.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Oh yeah, Divinity: Original Sin. That's coming to Switch. Overwatch is coming to Switch. Doom 64 is coming to Switch.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Yeah, the Overwatch. Yeah.
Here's an odd one: Star Wars Jedi Knight 2: Jedi Outcast.
Yeah, who would have thought that one would have happened?
I've never played that, but this picture looks like it's from like 2001, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I'm actually gonna see when that's released. I'm actually kind of curious now. 2002. Oh, that's a good little guess. Yeah. Good shit. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna keep filling the void here. There was a bunch of SNES games that are coming to the Switch too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
There's let's see. Some that we know.
Okay, anything good? Yeah.
A Link to the Past. That's coming. That's a huge one. Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I haven't played that one, but I know it. F-Zero, Mario Kart, the original Mario Kart, original Star Fox, Super Mario 2, Yoshi's Island.
Wow,
There's
these
a lot
are
of
games I haven't even thought of since forever.
Yeah, there's a lot of other ones that are sprinkled in here that I really don't know much about, but they're like, good old classic ones.
They're solid ones. Nintendo's not taking any risk with any of these titles.
Yeah, apparently
Like they're ones that people want.
they were releasing some SNES, or they had plans to release SNES games every month, but I think they said that they're backtracking on that because I think they want to get it right, kind of thing. And so now it's going to be like, oh, well, we're just going to add them sporadically into the store. Also,
like content to their games.
they also have a SNES controller, a wireless controller that goes to the Switch, which is fucking super cool.
Oh, don't they have an NES one too?
I don't know, actually. I want to say that sounds right.
I thought I saw one on one of the links that I saw that came up. Somebody who was sharing information about Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm just like one of those people, like I want to get it kind of thing, but I know I'm not gonna play. Like, I want to play the original Link to the Past because I've never actually played that. I've seen everything about that game. I watch speedruns all the time on it, but I don't really think I'd play anything else. I'd probably try the original Star Fox. I fucking love Star Fox. All these games look like shit, but you know, it's a different era. That's how it is.
Oh man.
Shit. Yeah, I don't have anything else. So you guys got anything? You guys good?
No, I'm good. I got
Yeah, I'm good.
All right,
I got to
gotta-
rant about vaping, and I probably
I'm
said
so
like
hungry.
half the shit I probably said was completely fucking wrong because I am not an expert and I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
Well, you
Don't-
could have
Don't
fooled
rip
me.
fat clouds. Like that's wrong.
Is that really the term?
Or
that
that
I'm
fat
supposed to
cloud's
be
gonna
using?
rip you.
Yeah.
Ugh, just comes to life and slaps me upside the head. Bitch, rip.
Well,
Anyway,
All right, let's
all
go
right.
ahead. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Yeah, so we totally forgot to thank our patrons. Patrons. Every time, dude. Last episode we had Jorge and Megan on, and that was super duper cool. They said they want to come back, so I'll hold them to it.
Yes.
Hear me? I know you're listening right now. Okay, so anyway, no, they were super cool. Yeah, it was kind of cool. I'm branching off again. You know, they were
yeah, a little bit.
they had brought up that, you know, because they, you know, it was episode 17, and they were like, oh yeah, you guys have put out a lot of episodes, blah blah, and I don't feel like we're gonna be at a lot of episodes until like 40, 50 maybe.
What?
Maybe.
Really? You don't think 30 is
Yeah.
like a good high point?
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I'm playing
I
this
think
for the
30 's
long
pretty
game.
good.
Oh, okay, well we know when y'all see me jumping off. All right.
Well,
Cool.
oh fuck no, dude.
All right, we've been doing this a while, guys.
when you-
You couldn't
Time to
shove me off of
retire.
this game. No.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, 52 episodes is a year's worth, and that's if you don't miss
Yeah,
any
per
episodes.
week. Yeah.
And we've missed, I think, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe.
Oh shot, we gotta catch up. Let's put out 2 episodes a week for the next 6 months.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
this episode is like an hour.
Yeah, with the length
46.
of this
I
one,
mean,
yeah.
We'll just
Yeah.
split it up. We'll just be fucking super lazy. We'll just split it and just post it next week.
Part 2 next
To be
week.
like, wow, they actually, like, this is like the same conversation as last week. It's kind of weird. Oh, I was gonna say as well during that sex robot talk, I totally forgot. What if they sounded like the shitty Windows narrator? That's like the cheap option.
Oh no.
Welcome home,
Yeah, like
human.
Yeah.
Would you like some fuck? Beep boop.
Well, some fuck.
All right, that's enough for me. Thanks. I'm full.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thank you, Risu and Time Jumper, our patrons. If you would like to become a patron and support the show, you can go to patreon.com/console required. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and Plex. YouTube.com/console required, and Spotify is what it is. And Plex, you know,
bit.ly/required podcast.
There
for
you go.
Spotify.
I never remember what it is, even though it's like,
Oh my god.
it's literally a short
I
link.
simplified it on purpose.
You know what's funny is I always copy and paste the Spotify link from the previous episode, and not one of them are the Bitly links. It's just the open
my
Spotify, blah, blah,
God.
blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty
Wow.
sure.
You're
I just-
breaking my balls, man.
I forget. Sometimes I forget.
Sometimes I forget.
But yeah, we'll be back next week. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Bye.
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 Love you.
No, she doesn't.
Fuck off.